Taurus, hello there, my friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early September 2021. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate every single one of you. So let's get it started immediately with a couple of oracle cards here. Let's breeze right on in, take a little feel of the energy before we fully get underway. My guide, spirit team, talk to me about the beautiful Taurus collective. What do we got going on in early September? And yeah, we're just going to look at these super quick, then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'm going to pull you a bonus spread with the Starseed Oracle to see what it is you need to hear from the universe. So there are many, many things for you to consider and think about. Only take what hits. You know the deal. Let's get it going, though. The deck is already being very particular, which, you know, I like that when the deck isn't just shooting out cards left and right. Here we go. So the realm of the mind, dreams, sleep, these are all things that could be on the table here. Let's get one more before we fully dive in. And yeah, this doesn't make or break the reading. It's just interesting. We have the 10 of Wands type energy here as well. So that's something I've been seeing for you in recent weeks as well, but we'll talk about it and decode it. If you're new here, though, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Now, into this reading. You see this first card, it's a person with a sleep cap on. There's dream catchers. There's these nonsensical mice dancing around, being all jolly. So to me, this is an energy that brings us to the realm of the mind, the etheric, the imagination. You might be in your head a little more than usual when we get a card like this. This can also be a sign that the universe is trying to speak to you through dreams. So keep that in mind. Sleep could be very important. Hopefully you're not having issues with sleep, because the card coming up right next to it, I always feel like is a 10 of Wands. You see this person, they have another individual on their back. So this could be somebody bearing a burden of some kind, whether that's a physical burden, whether that's an emotional, mental type of burden. Someone around you might be feeling very heavy. Okay. Also, watch out for your physical health and well-being. That's why I tied it in with the possible sleep issues here. You might really want to take care of your sleep and your rest. Okay. Don't run yourself ragged, and watch out for issues of the neck, back, and spine when we get a card like this. Okay. We're going to dive into tarot now. As I said, we're not going to go too deep in with the oracles. Let's see what we got. I'm going to get you 3 in the upright and intuitively clarify. Let's get a good shuffle here for Taurus, please. What's going on with Taurus? Now, the last few weeks have been a little dicey, my friends. I'm going to keep it real with you. Last week's reading was a serious warning. The week before that was big karmic shift, and the week before that was karmic relationships. So we've been seeing a lot of karma moving, strong energies, the cycles of life being brought to the forefront. So I'm very interested to see what we got this week. Hopefully the energy's starting to lighten up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it could be. All right, 4 of Wands in the first position, the good old 11-11 card. Let's get 2 more, though. I don't want to get too excited or optimistic just yet. What do we got here for Taurus, please? Emperor, taking control, laying down the law, putting your foot down. Is that a possibility? Let's get 1 more, though. Thank you. Okay, we have the 3 of Pentacles. So I'm just going to say this right off the bat. Yes, we do have to clarify and get the deeper messages, but the way this is feeling is very stabilizing, trying to put order to yourself or those around you. That's just the vibe it's making me feel initially. So we're going to talk about some of the classical meanings and archetypes. This feels optimistic. Then we'll get into the juicier intuitive stuff. In position number 1, we have the 4 of Wands. As I already said, you might be seeing the number sign 11-11 more than usual. But this is stability. This could also be celebrations, get-togethers, parties of any kind. So you might be attending a lot of little get-togethers, or that could be something you're yearning for. This card can also talk about the literal home. So some of you might be trying to move homes or trying to renovate, things like that. But it is a very stabilized, celebratory type of energy. So hopefully something good's coming in. We'll decode a little more as we keep it moving. We have the Emperor right in the center. You might be tied to an Aries. Maybe you're on the cusp of Aries. That's a possibility. But this is the divine masculine counterpart to the Empress. Okay, so some people give this Emperor kind of like a bad slant, but I don't see it like that. All tarot cards have positives and negatives. The positives of the Emperor is this is a shot caller type of energy. This is somebody that is trying to control their life, control their surroundings, put order to chaos. This is kind of the vibe of the Emperor. It can absolutely be an older male figure showing up in this spread. It can also be someone who's a little too controlling. So hopefully you're not dealing with anybody that's trying to be overbearing or controlling, but there are positives to this card. On the back end, right here, we have the Three of Pentacles, another card that gets a bad rap sometimes. I don't always think that all threes mean third-party situations and things like that. Of course, it could mean that, like groups. But this one tends to make me think about work, working together as a cohesive group and unit. I like the Three of Pentacles. It has undertones of artistry. It has undertones of creation, but working as a team. So you might have work situations on the mind. We'll see. We're going to dive deeper into all of this. So let's jump in and clarify. That down there. Let's get one good shuffle here. God's talked to me about the Taurus collective early September. This is looking pretty good. And my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. That's why this box is here. So if you know card meanings, if you're feeling anything from these cards, please feel free to share them down below. We're going to go in on this Four of Wands, though. Why is the Four of Wands here? For the beautiful Taurus collective. Please and thank you. Yeah, this deck is being particular as well. There we go. We have the Seven of Swords underneath here. Talk about conflicting energies. Now, yes, I said the last few weeks have been a little rough, but you need to be aware of certain individuals that may seem like something one day, but underneath, they're a little different. I believe this is a warning about an individual person that might be in your circle. And we've been seeing that in recent weeks as well. Like, watch the company you keep. Sure, all the messages I was speaking about earlier, the positive ones, those still remain. But now we're getting into the nitty gritty. You really need to watch the company you keep. This could be a warning from the universe for you. Okay, that someone might seem nice and bubbly and cool, but underneath, they might be the Seven of Swords. It's a sneaky type of energy, someone who does things in the shadows. So watch out for any individuals that might wear a mask. That's what I'll say. If you have any individuals around you and that's ringing bells when I say it, that's what's showing up here in the reading, okay? You know, sometimes you just get a feeling about a person where you know that it's not completely authentic. That could absolutely be it. We're going to go in on this Emperor, though. And if you're cross-watching, I'm not calling you out or anything like that. Of course, this could go vice versa. We're going to see what's up with this Emperor. We're going to keep it moving. We're not going to dwell on that, but that is a warning for sure. So why is the Emperor here? Which is interesting because last week, the main theme was a warning, and we're getting warnings once again. Okay, we have Justice, Karma. Wow. Okay, that's Libra energy. Okay. I'm getting the energy of retribution. Don't ask me why. Because the Emperor to me also kind of seems like a judge, and with justice in the upright under it, if it's not a Libra in your life. This can talk about decisions, legal situations, things of that sort, but that is the biggest card of karma to me. And under the Emperor, the controller, like, I do feel like there might be some sort of retribution, not aimed at you, but someone is going to get a dose of karma showing up once again. So a lot of the themes we've been seeing in recent weeks for Taurus are showing up again. We're getting like a triple down of all this stuff. Someone might be catching a dose of karma, and I don't necessarily feel like it's a positive. Okay, and yes, we still have those good messages from the top, but now that we're getting into some details, expect somebody to get a dose of karma. And karma is a very complex thing, all right? In spirituality, a lot of people simplify it for whatever use they're using it for. I believe it is part of the grand plan of this reality. Whatever you put forth, you can get back in return. So if you've been putting good things out, hopefully this is the universe sending you some karmic rewards. So we're going to keep it moving to the Three of Pentacles. I'm not going to muddy any of that up, especially if it's like this individual we're talking about here. Like, they might catch a dose eventually, that's for sure. So why is the Three of Pentacles here? Please and thank you. Thank you. Yeah, another karmic card. We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse under the Three of Pentacles. So now here in this spread, we're getting a big highlight to the material world. So some of you might be going through job situations, money situations, but two of the biggest cards of karma are showing up in this spread. Okay, I'd hate to title this reading with karma in it once again, but that's kind of what it's looking like, because it's a big theme that I need to let you know about. Now, This could easily be the universe saying, like, if you're feeling impatient, if you want to get something done, you might have to do it yourself. That's an intuitive vibe it's giving me. So like if you've been waiting around for somebody to do something, if you've been waiting around for something to happen, you might have to set something in motion. You might have to grab the bull by the horns and get something moving, okay, if we're not going with the karmic message. So yeah, this is once again a message of somebody possibly catching a dose of karma, since it's in reverse. But you might have to get something moving. Like, don't just sit back and wait and wait and wait. You get the action going, okay? So I'm going to give you a quick recap of this. Very interesting reading this week, Taurus. It's been pretty interesting the past few weeks. But if you look down in the box, this is what we got. Position number 1, the 4 of Wands, the 11-11, with the 7 of Swords in the upright. Watch the company you keep, watch the people around you. This is something that's been stressed in recent weeks as well. There might be somebody a little shifty that might seem all nice, happy, and good, but in reality, they're a slithery snake. So beware of that. There is warnings here. In the center, we have the Emperor with Justice in the upright. Aside from the Aries, Libra type of energy we have going on here, this could easily be somebody catching a dose of karma from the universe straight up. I feel like it's a simplistic message because the Emperor is looking like a judge to me with the Karmic card of Justice, the scales. Hopefully you're not going through legal situations, but somebody is going to catch a dose. Like, it's written right here. And on the back end, we have the 3 of Pentacles with the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. Once again, that karmic type of vibe, but it can also be the universe asking you to make a move, take an action. If you want to get something started, don't wait around. You might have to take things into your own hands. So please take a screenshot of that if you'd like to look into it further. We're going to get your bonus spread out here super quick before we talk about the subscriber surprise. That was, it is what it is, right, Taurus? I read the cards that pop out. So let's see what's going on here. I don't feel like it's completely treacherous. I'm not seeing any like terrible things, but it's things that you should know about. Okay, so what do we got going on here for Taurus, please? What does Taurus need to hear? And I love capping every reading off with these cards. It's really nice. It's usually extremely optimistic. As that card flips out of my hand, all paths lead to home. So a highlight about the journey of life itself. That's what I feel like whenever I see this card. And that's something that's been showing up in every single earth sign, is the perspective, knowing that we're here on this journey for a reason. And we have inner earth, which is good to me. So I do feel like we have a nice little blast of optimism at the end of this, because that reading wasn't all negative. Like, half of it was extremely positive. Now, right here, all paths lead to home. It's just like the saying, all rivers lead to the ocean. Okay, we're all on our individual paths. We're all on our different journeys of life, but we all end up at source. Eventually, we'll all make our way there to where creation has begun. That's what I personally believe. The literal meaning says inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. So as I was saying, you might have to watch the company you keep. If you're dealing with something that might be a little snaky, your intuition might be able to guide you. Okay, but it's important to keep the perspective that certain lessons happen to us to evolve us on a soul level. Okay, now the next card, the inner earth, to me is extremely abundant. Sure, it could say that you need a little time in nature, really cleanse yourself, cleanse those energies. But this is fruitful and abundant, similar to that Empress energy whenever I see this. And once again, the word inner, going within. So I feel on an intuitive level, the universe could be asking you to do some soul searching, hit some deep state meditations, and go within to find the answers you need. The literal meaning says you'll survive this, new solutions and new beginnings. How about that for optimism? If you're going through a rough one, know that life is extremely cyclical and every end has a beginning and vice versa. Okay, it's all about the ups and downs, and that's what we have for you, Taurus. So don't click away just yet. I'm going to give you the details of the September subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the August subscriber surprise, I'll be announcing the winners on September 1st in my community tab. But for the September subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Wizards Tarot, the whole kit. It's gorgeous. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 things as usual, with a little twist this month. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are at this point. And number 2, I want to tell you a little story real quick. Last October, I dressed up in costume every single week for the different signs. I dressed up as the Bumblebee, the King of Wands, and a bunny, a whole bunch of different things. And you could see it if you go back to those videos. But this October, I'm going to be doing the same thing. So the second thing you need to do to enter is drop down a costume recommendation for me, and I'll be choosing from everyone's suggestions. So be subscribed and suggest a costume. That's it. You'll be entered to win. And at the end of September, I'll announce the winners, as always, in the community tab. My friends, thank you so much. And I'll see you next time.